Welcome to Words of Wisdom. Without any further ado, let's get into the book summary, Cynical Theories, How Activist Scholarship Made Everything About Race, Gender, and Identity, and Why This Harms Everybody. Introduction. Cynical Theories, by Helen, Pluckrose and James Lindsay, is a thought-provoking exposé of the rise of activist scholarship and its influence on contemporary discourse around race, gender, and identity. Pluckrose and Lindsay critically analyzed the emergence of critical theories, postmodernism, and intersectionality, and how these ideas have infiltrated academia, media, and society at large. The authors shed light on the dangers of this ideological infiltration, which they argue has led to a distortion of genuine social justice efforts and created a polarizing culture that undermines individual freedoms and rational discourse. Chapter 1, The Roots of Critical Theories, From Marxism to Postmodernism. Pluckrose and Lindsay delve into the historical roots of critical theories, tracing their origins from Marxism to postmodern philosophy. They discuss how critical theorists challenge traditional notions of truth, objectivity, and authority, leading to the relativization of knowledge and the prioritization of subjective experiences. As they share, critical theories laid the groundwork for radical skepticism, undermining the pursuit of objective truth. Chapter 2, Postmodernism and the Rejection of Grand Narratives. In this chapter, Pluckrose and Lindsay explore the core tenets of postmodernism, including its rejection of grand narratives and meta-narratives. They discuss how postmodernism challenges the concept of objective reality and promotes a fragmented view of truth. As they reflect, postmodernism's aversion to grand narratives hampers a collective understanding of history and human experience. Chapter 3, The Rise of Intersectionality, Identity Politics and Power Structures. Pluckrose and Lindsay delve into the emergence of intersectionality, a concept that emphasizes the interconnectedness of various social identities and power structures. They discuss the impact of intersectionality on identity politics and the redefinition of power dynamics. As they share, intersectionality seeks to understand oppression and privilege through the lens of intersecting social identities. Chapter 4, The Perils of Identity Politics, Tribalism and Victimhood. In this chapter, Pluckrose and Lindsay critically examine the consequences of identity politics. They discuss how identity-based activism often leads to tribalism and a focus on victimhood, hindering genuine dialogue and collaboration. As they reflect, identity politics fosters an us versus them mentality, obstructing unity and understanding. Chapter 5, The Polarizing Effect of Cancel Culture, Silencing Dissent. Pluckrose and Lindsay explore the emergence of cancel culture and its chilling effect on free speech and intellectual inquiry. They discuss how the fear of being cancelled has led to self-censorship and stifled open discussion. As they share, cancel culture poses a threat to free expression, discouraging individuals from voicing dissenting opinions. Chapter 6, The Intersectional Imagination, Concept Creep and Expanding Oppression. In this chapter, Pluckrose and Lindsay examine the concept of concept creep within intersectionality. They discuss how the definition of oppression has expanded to encompass an ever-increasing range of experiences. As they reflect, concept creep in intersectionality dilutes the understanding of genuine oppression, causing trivialization of real struggles. Chapter 7, The Paradox of Progressive Essentialism, Reducing Individuals to Categories. Pluckrose and Lindsay delve into the paradox of progressive essentialism, which purports to fight against essentialist categorizations but inadvertently reduces individuals to their social identities. They discuss the tensions between individualism and collectivism in activist scholarship. As they share, progressive essentialism perpetuates the very categorizations it seeks to dismantle, erasing individuality. Chapter 8, The Downfall of Objective Reality, Embracing Alternative Facts. In this chapter, Pluckrose and Lindsay explore the rejection of objective reality in activist scholarship. They discuss the implications of relativism and the emergence of alternative facts within this ideological framework. As they reflect, the denial of objective reality jeopardizes the foundation of rational discourse and evidence-based knowledge. Chapter 9, Identity Politics and the War on Liberalism, the Erosion of Individual Freedoms. Pluckrose and Lindsay critically analyze the impact of identity politics on classical liberal values, including free speech, due process, and individual rights. They discuss the tensions between social justice activism and liberal democracy. As they share, identity politics threatens the pillars of liberalism, jeopardizing individual freedoms and autonomy. Chapter 10, The Future of Rational Discourse, Fostering Constructive Dialogue. In this chapter, Pluckrose and Lindsay explore the potential for fostering constructive dialogue amidst the current polarizing climate. They discuss the importance of reclaiming rational discourse and challenging ideological conformity. As they reflect, the future of rational discourse lies in promoting open-mindedness, skepticism, and critical thinking. Chapter 11, The Role of Media and Social Media, the Echo Chamber Effect. Pluckrose and Lindsay delve into the role of media and social media in perpetuating ideological echo chambers. They discuss how the algorithm-driven content delivery reinforces existing beliefs, leading to further polarization and limited exposure to diverse perspectives. As they share, the echo chamber effect in media and social media contributes to the siloing of information and hinders critical thinking. Chapter 12, The Dilemma of Social Justice Activism, Striving for Equality versus Equity. In this chapter, Pluckrose and Lindsay explore the tension between striving for equality and promoting equity in social justice activism. They discuss the implications of prioritizing equity over equal opportunities and meritocracy. As they reflect, the pursuit of equity can sometimes compromise the principles of fairness and individual merit. Chapter 13, The Campus Culture Wars, The Battle for Academic Freedom. Pluckrose and Lindsay critically analyze the culture wars on university campuses and the challenges to academic freedom. They discuss how the dominance of activist scholarship has influenced curricula and stifled dissenting viewpoints. As they share, the battle for academic freedom calls for a robust defense of intellectual diversity and rigorous scholarship. Chapter 14, Navigating Difficult Conversations, Strategies for Constructive Dialogue. In this chapter, Pluckrose and Lindsay provide practical strategies for engaging in challenging conversations with empathy and reason. They discuss the importance of setting boundaries, active listening, and finding common ground. As they reflect, navigating difficult conversations requires patience, emotional intelligence, and a commitment to mutual understanding. Chapter 15, Embracing Nuance and Complexity, The Path to a More Inclusive Discourse. Pluckrose and Lindsay conclude the book by advocating for a return to nuanced and complex discussions. They discuss the importance of embracing ambiguity and rejecting binary thinking. As they beautifully state, in embracing nuance, we can transcend the limitations of ideological dogma and create a more inclusive and intellectually vibrant discourse. Conclusion. Cynical Theories, by Helen Pluckrose and James Lindsay offers a profound exploration of the rise of activist scholarship and its implications on contemporary discourse. By critiquing the impact of postmodernism, intersectionality, and identity politics, the authors shed light on the dangers of ideological polarization and the erosion of rational discourse. Through fostering empathy, promoting critical thinking, and embracing complexity, readers can chart a path towards a more constructive and intellectually robust public sphere. As Pluckrose and Lindsay eloquently share, in the pursuit of genuine social progress, let us rise above cynicism and embrace a culture of inquiry, understanding, and collective flourishing.